Sean, would this be one of your biggest roles yet? I mean, this was quite a movie.
This is the first time I've had to look at a character intensely in a broad spectrum, a character that you have to introduce and carry through a whole performance, on the screen for 2 hours. And other characters I've done in Memphis Belle was more of an ensemble movie, and so I could really focus on each specific moment and characterization. This is definitely the broadest that I've been able to do.
When did this role come about? Did you?
Last summer, I read the script and liked it very much, and they were going to start shooting very soon, and so I went in and met with Dan and auditioned for him and got the part.
Now, would this be, I mean, this is literally, I mean, the biggest vehicle. I mean, you received top billing almost, or among 3 or 4 of them?
No one is above the title in the movie.
Yeah.
The movie is itself. I don't. Yeah, I guess I suppose.
Sure. At this point in your career, do you feel that you've reached a new age? I mean, it's no longer the teenage roles. I mean, in a sense, yes, you're playing a high school boy, but I mean, you were the lead throughout the whole entire movie.
As I grow and get older, I start to take on more responsibility as an actor. As I make a decision to focus on acting and explore, the responsibilities get greater, and I accept that challenge willfully.
Now, you come from a major acting family.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got brother, mother, father. Do you feel any weight because of that? Do you feel responsibility?
Having family who are in the same industry really serves as a comfort, because I can talk to them about what's going on, or about characters, or about choices that I want to make, and really get educated feedback from them, and also have shared experiences at over a turkey dinner.
Tell me about your character.
Character is Billy Tepper. When you first meet Billy, he's angry and frustrated, and can't find a productive way to express himself. He's also a very good friend to his friends, and he learns throughout the movie that there's a time and a place for all of his actions, and he also learns that at some point he has to lean on his friends for their support.
What part would you say of you was in that character?
A certain amount of the exuberance and the excitement and the impatience. Life impatience, I think, is a little bit of it. There's also elements of myself that are angry and frustrated in certain areas, and so some of that is me. Other areas are totally unique to Billy, and it was new and challenging to try and find those and extract them.
Now, I heard that you had 2 weeks of rehearsal. What was the camaraderie between you and your fellow actors?
Well, most of us either knew of each other, or Keith Coogan and I grew up together. Will and I have been aware of each other and had a respect for each other, just kind of in our respective careers, and so we all. I mean, it was very comfortable. T.E. and George and I all just kind of melded. We went and stayed out at the school with the kids and played some ball and worked out together and did some sort of just fraternal activities that way, and we'd go to movies and that sort of thing. But some of the more intensive character stuff we did was going through the script and trying to break down the characters and understand them and figure them out and work through them,
What might appeal to someone your age about this movie if you were to go and see it in the theater?
I think this movie is very accessible to people my age. It's sort of a chance to see people who are rebelling against authority get an opportunity to act it out. And it's also kind of, it's fun. It's a quick-paced movie, and you sit down and you bite your nails through it, and at the end of it you think, oh, well, that was fun, hopefully.
Do you think now that you're almost at the point where it's going to be the adult roles, do you think that you'll survive, to be blunt? I mean, there's so many child actors that are afraid that once they turn 18, that it's over.
I'm here for the long haul, If Toy Soldiers helps me get more roles quicker, great, I'm ready for that. If not, I'm here to work as an actor and explore my limitations as an actor and break them down and go farther.
What other roles might you want to play one day?
I'd love to play a villain. I'd love to play a romantic lead. I'd like to do a comedy. I'd like to try every genre and not repeat myself.
And what about family movies? I mean, do you think you might be doing any films, or would you like to do more films with your family? You know, sort of like the Charlie Sheen clan.
Oh, I'd love to work with my parents. Mac actually has decided he doesn't want to act anymore, so he's going to go to school at Johns Hopkins and study history. But I'd love to do a part with my mother or with my father, sure.
How about directing and writing?
I've directed a short film, and I'll direct in the future. Right now, I'm really focusing on acting.
Who is Sean Astin?
Guy sitting in front of you. Sean Astin is at this point an actor and a student, a life student. You know, I go through life trying to understand and trying to learn and grow.
In this film, your character goes through so many different trials and tribulations, and there's a lot of emotional scenes. How do you bring yourself in front of a crew of 20 or 30 people to be able to do that?
I try and find the reality, you know, throughout the whole movie, in order to maintain the integrity of the character, which is the only thing that makes it accessible. I try and find the reality of it, and if you can find that and really immerse yourself in it, you just do it.
Did you find yourself staying in character offset, or?
Well, there are different definitions of how one stays in character. You know, I sort of, this character for me was an accumulation of a lot of different emotions that I had, and just learning when to employ each of those. I've heard of actors making people call them their character name, which might be useful for a different type of character or whatever, but for me that wasn't necessary.
For my final question, where might we see you in 5 years?
If I had my druthers, in 5 years I'd be able to do, if there's a part that I wanted to act in, I'd be able to do it. That's what I'd like to be. Realistically, tell you in a couple months after it comes out.
I appreciate the time.
Yes, thanks very much.